It's a chilly night here at Houchin-Smith Stadium, where the last two home games have been huge defensive efforts in the fourth quarter. The Black Knights rode into town to duel with the Hilltoppers Saturday. Army entered the game 5th in the nation in rushing. Jim McDaniels began his legacy here on the Hill. I'm here live from EA Diddle Arena, where WKU volleyball team is set to take on the first of their final 2 regular season home games. It was back to guess who? Allen, of course, as he rushed it 17 yards almost all the way. Dowdy thought he had it, just 1 yard shy. They just switched conferences and they're 3-5 right now. Is that due to the toughness of Conference USA, or is that something inside the team? You might have seen Houchin-Smith Stadium and what's inside it, but what you might not have seen under the stadium are things like the hydrotherapy room or the training tables used to service over 200 WKU student athletes. Let's take a look. Of course, it's no secret the Spartans' plan for rematch lies in the run game. Here's Julius Allen scampering down the sideline, 59 yards. The thing that could stop the Tops, though, is that defense. The defense is averaging, giving up about 43 points per game and 544 yards. They've got to step it up if they're going to win.
I've always been around and seen all the players and a lot of the guys that came through here, guys and women actually. My mom played here actually as well, so it's always been one of my dream schools.
You could say that George Fant is basketball royalty here on the Hill. His mother and his godfathers all played basketball for WKU, along with his cousin and WKU legend Jim McDaniels, the original number 44.
I know when I first committed to Western, Jim McDaniels had told me that he wanted me to wear his number, and you know, I guess I took it as far as I don't want to say the wrong way at first. I took it as I wanted to make my own legacy here.
But after speaking with Jim, George understood how he wanted him to build off of the legacy McDaniels had left for him. George is also the only player Jim has ever asked to wear 44.
He's family, and like I told George, there's still a lot of points and rebounds in that number.
Jim McDaniels began his legacy here on the Hill wearing the number 44. George Fant picked it up from there and continues that same warrior spirit and the legacy left there before him.
And he's a warrior like myself. He's got that warrior blood in him. And that's something that was passed on to me and he now has. But I'm just proud of George and the way he carries himself, conducts himself.
Jim is someone George knows he can always count on when he needs to talk.
We talk about life and things I need to work on. And he just basically, when I'm feeling down and I feel like basketball is too much right now, you know, I call him and he'll settle my head down or tell me what I'm doing and what I need to do.
While George says he leans on Jim, McDaniels thinks George's success comes from his character.
You know, George has done a great job in the legacy that he's leaving here. Really, I'm a little surprised at actually how well he's done. You never hear George having any problems. He's a good kid when he came. He's growing into a fine man. He conducts himself so well.
From being on like a football team like this, and then through all the different things we do, like strength training and practice, and learning to kind of keep calm, and then learning to take criticism, you know, from coaches and things. I think it all kind of boils over to when I'm trying to teach. Like, there's really nothing in the classroom that kind of surprises me or shocks me.
Hendrix Brakefield, a veteran starter of the football team, has more on his mind and his plate than upcoming games. He has his major, special education, to think about, and he credits football for the ability to deal with situations he's placed in while in the classroom.
I can deal with kids throwing a fit. I can deal with, you know, messing up. I can deal with, I have a lot of patience and things. I think a lot of that are some lessons I learned in football.
Starting out as a peer tutor in high school, Hendrix has always had a knack for helping others, and that gift has only grown from there.
He's great with the kids. We've really enjoyed having him. You know, the kids really love him, and you know, he's a big guy, so they enjoy, you know, loving on him and all that good stuff.
For the last 4 years, Hendrix's life has been all about football, and now he's found his calling in the world of teaching.
Oh, I think it's a great experience for him to be able to get into a classroom, you know, especially, you know, if this is what he wants to do. He's able to go and cycle through the different areas and the different age groups that are here, and kind of helps him determine what he wants to do in the future.
Working with people who have disabilities is something that runs in the family for Hendrix. And from his time as a peer tutor to his time working at the Kelly Autism Program, teaching is something that now comes natural to him.
With my mom being a special ed teacher, like, it was natural for me to act normal around these kids, you know. And then when I was a peer tutor in high school, it was even more normal for me to act just normal around them. It's hard to describe. Like, I don't know, I just feel very comfortable around them to the point where, you know, I could hang out with any of them as much as anybody else.
For what we're doing, we have a great chance to be great. And I'm not just saying that because I want a team. I'm not just saying that because I want to blow smoke. I'm really not.
A brand new season is kicking off for the Titans, and this year's team has high hopes and a new mentality.
It's about us buying into what the coaches are selling. It's about us going out there and performing in practice, and it can't do anything but come out on game day. And I think, we got a great chance, like I said, of being great.
After a disappointing few years for the Titans, head coach Mike Munchak has a different outlook on the season.
This year I think it's all about football. It's all about excitement, all about, I think, what we think we're capable of doing.
Titans training camp is underway here at St. Thomas Sports Park. A lot of new and old faces on this team, and they can all agree on one thing. This team has a lot to prove.
Our whole team has something to prove, and the Tennessee Titans have something to prove, and that we are a better team than our record showed in the last few years, and I think this is the year for when we come out.
But above all else, the Titans are looking to turn things around for their fans.
It's going to be a good time, It's fine time that this city has something to cheer for other than, the Predators, other than country music, other than the music industry itself, period.
Titans training camp is open to the public Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can also check TitansOnline.com and see when you can come out here and check out your Titans. For Nashville's News 2, I'm Sarah Hager.
It was a lot different last year at this time. Competing for a job, not getting nearly as many reps because you're sharing.
After a year on the bench and a year plagued by injury, Jake Locker now has a chance to shine.
Have the opportunity to know that you're the guy going into the year and get those extra reps and be able to see that many more plays from the pocket is a huge difference for me.
Although the starting job is a pressure-packed role, head coach Mike Munchak is confident in Locker.
Those guys know how to push each other. You're still going to have guys competing against each other, but we know ultimately that Jake's going to be the starter, so I think that's out of the way. That's off the table.
The Titans have seen a lot of changes over this past year, and with Jake Locker now healthy, he knows exactly how he's going to lead his team.
What's helped me improve a little bit is I've really had to focus on getting my feet in the right spot to take some of that stress off of my shoulder, and as a result, I've felt a lot more confident.
With a healthy Locker and a new offensive coordinator, Munchak is ready to try new things with his quarterback.
You're going to see us moving the pocket, moving him around, changing him up quite a bit. I think last year we got limited a little bit because of his health and what he was doing.
You can catch Jake Locker on the field this weekend as Titans training camp begins Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are open to the public. For News 2 Sports, I'm Sarah Hager.